programme at FDAMH. Massive impact. It's I've seen people come in with a variety of different illnesses, and it doesn't seem to matter what their illness is. If they're coming in with low self-esteem, low confidence, and that's what they want to build on, and they want to sort of make connections with new people and learn new skills, I see them achieve that. And people who thought, I've had clients come to me and say, I never thought that, I never expected to gain as much as what I have out of this. People who have come in and who are so nervous, whether it be the choir or the drama group, and say, I'm not going to sing, or I can't sing, or I can't do drama or act. Yeah. and there they are a year later, not even a year, sometimes only 6 months later, a couple of months later, they're doing performances, they're getting up in front of people and speaking about their experience, and they laugh and they smile and they interact with people, whereas before this was something that, many of the clients I've worked with have thought they would never do. And
I'm a singer-songwriter based in Edinburgh, and I help to lead the choir. I was delivering a workshop as part of the Mental Health Arts and Film Festival in Edinburgh at the Scottish Storytelling Centre a couple of years ago, and Emily came along to that workshop. The workshop was really all about finding your voice and feeling good, because it's something I'm really passionate about. As well as writing songs and singing them, I really enjoy leading choirs in lots of different contexts. I feel like singing is something that makes you feel great inside, and gives you a real sense of community and belonging as well. So I like to encourage people, and that was what the workshop was about, just to sing together, because I feel there's such a buzz you get out of that. And after the workshop, Emily asked me if I'd be interested in leading a choir for FDAMH. I really believe that music's got a sort of transformative power to change people's lives for the better, and I feel like Freedom of Mind Choir is a great example of that. You can sense in the room that people are getting a good feeling out of singing together, and long may that continue. I find it really rewarding. It's a fantastic bunch of people who are happy to take risks, try things, do their best, join in, have fun, and that's really what group singing for me is all about. So it's a really part of the week that I look forward to. One of the main things for me is that the choir can give a sense of belonging, of contributing, and being part of something that's bigger than just yourself. And I think I get the same things out of the choir as the choir members do, which is that sense that you're part of something, you're doing something positive, you're spending your time constructively, and maybe just pushing yourself a little bit beyond your normal safe place. I think there's a great thing, especially when it's a performance choir like we are, that you work really hard to perfect some things towards sharing them, and the reward you get back when people respond positively to what you've made, I think that's just gives you such a good feeling. Intrinsically we're made to respond to music, and I feel like it's a real shame in some societies that in some ways that gets lost in early childhood, and people are often, especially in Britain, I've spoken to a lot of adults who've had a bad experience and been told at some point that they couldn't sing or that they weren't musical, and that then this whole aspect of life, which I feel really makes your life better and enhances your experience, helps you remember things, helps you connect with your feelings. To lose that is a massive loss, so it's lovely where people can access a choir just to reconnect with those feelings and get that buzz back. We're tackling more and more ambitious pieces, I would say. So I suppose really that's part of my job, is I would always try to just put a little bit of challenge, but not so much it's going to put people off. But I feel like confidence is growing in terms of what we're capable of tackling, so that we're tackling more and more difficult pieces in terms of more harmony singing or more solo singing. So again, just stretching ourselves, which is great fun. It means a lot for me. It means that I feel I'm doing something useful with my time, as well as enjoying it myself. I feel like I'm doing something that's bringing a benefit to other people, and it's great to be able to use my skills not just for me to enjoy myself, but hopefully to spread that kind of love of music and sense of enjoyment around. It's also great to be part of such a strong team. It's not just me involved with leading the choir, but with Marriott and Emily supporting, and other staff from FDAMH. It's really good to know that as a touring musician, I know the choir's in really safe hands when I'm not around, and also it's really nice to work in collaboration with other people to deliver, a musical opportunity for people to access. But I think the biggest thing for me again is a sense of belonging. I love the fact that you can come to a choir, whether you're leading something or taking part in it. You don't have to be like the most sociable person in the world. I'm quite a shy person, but you've got a job to do in the choir, and you can interact and connect with people in that way, and I think that makes a really safe space and a happy space for spending time.
I am a relatively recently retired secondary school teacher. I've always been in music teaching, although latterly I was in management, so I managed the creative and aesthetic department, so I was responsible for art, drama and music. And along with that, I always tried to keep my musical interests going, with limited success because the job was absolutely all-consuming. So really one of my plans when I retired was to the luxury of leaving full-time work and having more time for doing music. So that's kind of how because I always had, I work with other choirs. I work with a male voice choir, the Columban Singers of Kilsyth, available for functions and evenings. Male voice choir, very good. And I worked for the National Youth Choir of Scotland in Stirling as well, as a musicianship teacher. So I really kind of fell into this because Emily recruited me at the big event last year at the hospital, when she wanted other local choirs to sing along with. My name came up because I know lots of people, so my first job then was to raise awareness of this choir with other people and try and get other people involved. And then from that, I became a volunteer and part of the team. It's really good fun. You never know what's going to happen next. I find the group very quick to pick up new music, very enthusiastic, very musical, lots of lovely singers. I like the fact that we're now getting quite confident singing in harmony. Just really good fun. I always leave after the 2 hours feeling quite tired and wanting to sit down, but mostly feeling quite a warm glow, and that was good fun. So it's like teaching, only much more fun. It gives to me just that excitement of live music, and I do think there's a quality. I've always felt there's a quality of sincerity in the performance. Especially when singing some of the more contemplative, heartfelt type repertoire. I think there's a real emotional intensity in some of the performances that I always like to hear. And there's also the wide range. There's also a great sense of fun in the more light-hearted things. But I think the audiences always enjoy the variety. And I think, for instance, I'm sure you remember this, the small performance at Strathcarron Hospital. It's small in terms of the number of people listening, but for the number of people listening in the day unit, people in very poor health, I think every single one of the 6 or 8 songs that we sang probably touched them quite deeply and quite seriously, and I think that's a great gift for the singer, but also for the person listening. So I think that's a very special thing. So that's.
Yeah, they were certainly getting involved joining in as well.
They were, and I think, and that's not one of the first events where I felt that instant feedback from the audience was like a sort of electric charge in the singers, and then the singers began to get better, then the audience got better, and the whole thing just became very relaxed and very, very interactive. It was lovely. It was really nice. There's quite a few differences. I think so. I think the group's grown. I think the numbers are good, and increasing numbers is always a good sign in terms of the repertoire being appropriate and the experience being valuable and so on. Increased confidence, quicker at learning new music, much more confident about singing in harmony, much more confident with volunteering to do solos, just more cohesive, just really probably quite a strong identity as a group, as a choir, and that's very exciting because it's not been going that long. So I think that's it's a really healthy. It's absolutely where it should be for this stage in terms of the number of how long it's been going for. But I think it's in very good shape. Yeah, it's interesting. I've met lots of new people. I've very much enjoyed working with Emily and Kim and the FDAMH team. Actually, here's the thing that really has meant for me. It's been quite a big learning experience to be much more democratic. Although I'm a Democrat in terms of, very much a Democrat in terms of politics. Musically, because of my background in teaching, when everything was a rush, when I was putting together a performance, you always thought, oh my God, I haven't got cover of my class, the concert's tonight, we're doing it this way, do it again, sing it again, that's how we're doing it, right, we're doing it now. So I enjoy the feeling of the 2 hours is a good amount of time, and I've had to learn the whole kind of inclusive thing about what do you think and what should we do here. That's actually quite a new thing for me. I tend to just say, I'm right, this is what we're doing. So you maybe don't know that I'm learning that as I go along. I may not even look like I am doing that, but actually I've moved quite a long way from being quite bossy to being a bit bossy, but mostly thinking of, get feedback from the group, and the feedback's always good and the suggestions are always good, and that's been really interesting. So that is a big step for me. So I've enjoyed that.
As I went down to the river to pray, studying about those good old days, and who shall wear the robe and crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brother, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brother, let's go down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about those good old days, and who shall wear the robe and crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sister, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sister, let's go down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about those good old days, and who shall wear the robe and crown, good Lord, show me the way. Oh, Father, let's go down, come on down. Oh, Father, let's go down to the river to pray.
The world when you're in a very that lonely place, which can be through mental health, and is it not that the motto for FDAMH is light in the darkness? I feel this phrase brings together all that we are: freedom of mind. Totally flabbergasted. I was like, oh my God! So we are actually doing something, and it's getting out to other people. So it was a great feeling, and it's a sense of awe at the same time because what we've actually achieved. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, my first doubt was, am I going to be able to go through the door among strangers? And then I say, am I going to be able to sing? Because I haven't sung for years. And you forget that you've got a voice. Because if you're singing and then stop, it's very difficult to find your voice again. So I had that concern, will I be able to sing? will I be able to go amongst the people?
Okay.
And then I kept saying, well, I like them. Because that's important. If you don't like who you're with, everything.
Okay.
Everything. It doesn't belong to me, it belongs to us all. But to me it's very, very important.
Okay.
Because what else have I got? I'm coming in here and I'm looking out and I know that I belong someplace.
Okay.
Because for my life a long time I didn't belong any place, and the choir I belong in it.
Yeah. So it's the belonging.
I don't care what kind of voice anybody's got, I don't judge anybody by their voice. All I'm there is to open my mouth and sing and be part of something.
It's given me more confidence,
Right.
it's given me more drive to do something, you know, with myself, and to get me to meet a lot of people as well,
Yeah.
to meet people. It's very uplifting. I enjoy it tremendously.
That's good.
I just enjoy singing, and the opportunity cropped up with this choir, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And
I really didn't think that singing in a choir would help the way that I was feeling. I was feeling sad, I was lonely, I was bereaved, and I didn't think that necessarily anybody else would feel that way. And when I came along on that very first occasion and sang, I left the building feeling happier than when I arrived. And then I thought I might go for a second week. And at that point I still was only planning to come a second week. But I have so enjoyed it that here I am. Overall, it's been a wee lifeline for me. It's made me smile a lot. There's a lot of jokes and happy things shared while you're at the choir. People have come and spoken to me where I might not have made the effort to go and speak to them. It's been a really welcoming place. I belong to a church, and lots of people at the church are friendly, but I would say coming to the choir, I've been astounded at the friendship and camaraderie that there is amongst the choir members, and I feel like I fit in nicely to this choir. Well, for me it gives me a focus for the week. I know that on Wednesday afternoons I'm going to choir, and it's not just spending a couple of hours. I could spend a couple of hours in my own home. It's not that, it's the coming out, the meeting people, the knowing that other people care, and then the actual achievement. I have to say that I'm surprised at what the choir achieves on a weekly basis, and sometimes I'm struggling a wee bit to achieve what other members are achieving with the harmonies and the sounds and the pronunciation and everything. But you know, Mariette and Kim keep us absolutely right on when to come in and when to hold on. It's a great way to spend 2 hours. I would recommend it to anybody.
I had read a book by Brené Brown called Daring Greatly, which is, I don't know if you'd be familiar with it, but it's all about having the courage to say how we're feeling, and particularly how difficult that can be when you're struggling, and the kind of how the stiff upper lip approach doesn't really help you or the people around you, and also in the book she deals with how it's especially hard sometimes to tell the people closest to you how you're feeling when you're having a hard time. So I was trying to just take in all the different ideas in this book, which is, I'm not that good at reading non-fiction, I'm used to reading crime dramas. So just to try and process what the point of the book was, I thought I'd write a song to try and get it down to something I could remember. So really just about having the courage to say how you're feeling. Just seemed to me like a perfect fit. You know, we're here partly because of how we're feeling, and hopefully the choir impacts on how we're feeling. And I feel so enthusiastic about the work of FDAMH. I thought if there's any way to use making a music video, which I felt I should probably do because I had a new album out, if I could use a music video to sort of spread awareness and hopefully also get some fundraising support for FDAMH and the general work of the organisation, then I thought that might be good. For me, it's people being brave enough to own how they're feeling and share that in a very public way, because when you put a music video out there, it's for everyone to see, and I think the courage of that just comes across really strongly in the video. And also I feel the skill of Louise Mather, who made the video, and kind of through the video you join together, there's feelings and there are people, and by the end you understand which people are having which feelings, and for me that kind of journey or that sort of revelation is also quite powerful.
Don't like it at all. I don't dare to drop down at your feet. I don't want it to show. Don't want you to know. Scared to share, I'm broken, incomplete. Something in me is reaching, aching. Music makes me cry. I tread the tightrope when you're near me, teetering too high. One day I'll be brave, let loose these words I save. Say aloud exactly how I feel. For now I'll keep them in. Don't know where to begin, and words once